This is your October 2022 soul story. If you have a sun rising or your moon is in the sign, this is your reading for the month ahead. It's Romy. Thank you for taking the time to tune into my channel. We are opening up this month for you with the energy of the Seven of Pentacles. And, October is an intense one because at the same time as driving us forward, it's also slowing us down. Now we have Mercury, Pluto and Saturn all shifting direct, as well as the asteroid goddess Vesta and Juno following suit, which means that things that have been delayed and held back are getting more of a green light. And there's every indication here that there's a little bit of harvest time for you. So definitely something coming through this month that you have been waiting for, which is wonderful. The thing I feel for you about this month, Cancer, is it almost is acting like a little bit of a bridge to a whole new life experience, and it's asking something from you to help you have this kind of divine preparation, if you like, for what comes next, because something that you've wanted, waited and longed for, I feel it's starting to show up and reveal itself to you. The requirement on your part as we work with fourth house energy that you're the natural ruler of is that you have to keep nourishing and nurturing. The Seven of Pentacles does say everything in divine time and order. Now I also feel there's an important and auspicious offer that may well be coming your way, and pay attention especially around that Aries full moon that's going to be coming in on the 9th of the month as it lights up your career and vocation, because there's something about you being able to make a big impact, or certainly considering or seeing the support or the way forward to be able to do so. And I actually think sooner than you think, because there's a feeling about this month of spontaneity where perhaps your own plans are going to have a little bit of a trajectory shift. Bear in mind that we're also coming into eclipse season. We've got a new moon solar eclipse coming in the sign of Scorpio on the 25th. So Six of Pentacles coming in here, a lot of emphasis and focus around abundance for you, and the reciprocal energy that I think has been missing. So seeing something coming more into balance, and that really should be where the emphasis and focus is in Libra season for you, certainly as you've come through that reset of equinox in September. The thing to remember, Cancer, is that your boundaries will equal your bounty of time, of more energy, of more peace of mind, of feeling more empowered, having more respect for yourself and others. And so there's definitely going to be a revisitation to that. And remember, our boundaries are really based on what our value system is. And it's important to remember that when we're looking at our boundaries, it's about what we will and will not tolerate within ourselves. It's never about trying to force or control or dictate what someone else can and cannot do, or should not do. Remember, it's always about that inner focus. And in the fourth house, there is a quietness and a reflection of really needing to inner parent yourself and being very radically honest about the ways in which you have changed and whether you are now in fact walking your talk in that regard. Because with all of these planets shifting direct, the thing that should be occurring is that you are learning or you have learnt the lessons that they were bringing forth for you. And now through that changed behaviour, you're looking to trust yourself in the ways that you now want to show up in the world. The thing to remember is that not everybody is in that season of brave right now, Cancer. And you absolutely get to decide how fast you choose to awaken and ascend. And there's something about this vision quest. You look really focused and clear in where you want to go. And I think that there is something that's giving you that boost of confidence that's come in through the course of this month. But thing to remember about October is it's incredibly layered, and whilst we may set off in one direction, it's quite likely the universe at times is going to abruptly stop us, perhaps pull us back or turn us around or make us face something or see something. Now, just a quiet reminder that you must remember not to trust the way in which you see yourself when your mind has been upheavaled. You do have enough experiences and tools, Cancer, to face directly into the winds of change that are going to be coming through in October and continue to rise because of it. That Knight of Cups tells me that, again, any offers or proposals that are coming your way, whether they be romantic or in another form through the course of this month, are definitely something to consider, and they need to be put on the table. But perhaps we also need to wait and see what else there might be, because that 7 suggests to me there is something about the divine waiting and perhaps ending up with more, or that there is more to give. So just make sure that you're trusting in what you innately feel is aligning, if you like, with the new standards, or the standards that you have already been trying to uphold for yourself. You know, this month I think your priorities are changing, and it may be that there's a couple of instances where the universe tries to kind of give you something that is very much old energy, just as a little bit of a test, you know, to see whether you're going to stay in that comfort zone. But what we're really looking at here is a requirement for you to be a little bit bold, have the courage of your conviction, set out a new vision for yourself, and certainly where there are offers on the table and things that do feel good, and if you are able to hold out, and especially around that full moon, I think something really significant and auspicious coming for you, then we get to harness and embody this energy of the King of Wands, which is beautiful because, you know, you're really trusting in your gut with regards to this, and I see you incredibly resourceful, so you can make magic from the mayhem. And even though there is this quality of October feeling a little bit like the messy middle, you know, with the energy of that fire from the King of Wands, I see you being able to kind of look at the bigger picture, and that's going to be incredibly important, because what takes place now between the end of the year can completely turn your life upside down and completely direct you in new ways. And that's something exciting and adventurous. That's not something to dread or feel fearful about, Cancer. Like I said, there's something about this month feeling like it's a bridge to like whole new life experiences. There's like this entrepreneurial flair that the King of Wands brings in that also helps you to act a little bit more wildly, or have a little bit more maverick energy about you, and that's going to help you to kind of roll with the energy of this month, and at the same time ensure that you're not kind of plugged into the circus and the craziness of it, because that's just going to send you on an emotional roller coaster. You know, if you have been nourishing and nurturing the things that are important and that matter to you, and you've got these boundaries in place, and you're really keeping an eye on where your energetic attachments need to be cleared out, then we see you in this position of power and being able to actually feel quite inspired about solutions to things that perhaps have felt like a problem for a really long time. So the Empress energy is coming through right at the center of your reading. Of course, we're talking about nurturing the sense of inner parenting. That divine mother archetypal energy is saying, what do you need to look after? Who do you need to look after? Namely yourself this month, in ways that are really going to tend to your soul, but also what in your life requires your time, energy, and attention. Where are there creative sparks and visions that need to be cultivated, because all of this is like absolutely plugging into something that you've wanted for yourself for a really long time. Now there is some rich, fertile energy. The Six of Pentacles like pouring positive energy, the King of Wands pouring positive energy into this Empress. So you're ready to give birth to something right now, Cancer, a new version of you, something that you need to and you're supposed to bring out into the world. Remember, consciousness wants to move through you. And, you know, you're given that divine idea. If you don't follow through and birth that, it moves on to somebody else because it's meant to come forth at this time. So really listen to where you're feeling guided and know that this is meant for you. This is on your path. and that this sense of generosity of spirit and sort of the gratitude for where you sit right now is going to make a tremendous difference in terms of your ability to be able to actually enjoy the experience. And, you know, as we come into Scorpio season on the 23rd, Venus is also going to shift into the sign. There's a desire for deeper intimacy and to bond in this moment. And as it's 5th house for you, that sort of desire for pleasure and to kind of find that sense of romance in life again is really brought forth. Now, strength coming through here says you will have to dig deep at times. Like I said, I think there are going to be moments where the universe spins you around and you feel a bit disorientated, like you've lost your balance somewhat. Everything's going swimmingly and all of a sudden there's this sort of upheaval or displacement or something that kind of suddenly comes in and shocks you a little bit. But you have the resolve to be able to see this through. Everything here is indicating that you're on track and that things that you want are coalescing and conspiring to come into your vision. We don't want you to be the only thing that's standing in your way, but you have to directly face those parts of yourself that keep perpetuating the old story. And, you know, the ego is really getting put in its place this month. Each and every one of us are having a really direct, personal, intimate conversation right now with the universe about the ways in which we've been asked to change and expand. And it can be excruciating in the growing pains. But you are under divine preparation at the moment for something really big, something very significant. Now, Mars is shifting retrograde at the end of the month, and this is where the slowdown's also coming in. So in your 12th house, this is a transit we're going to be working with all the way through to January and beyond with the shadow. So remember, Mars ruling our get up and go, our drive, our momentum, our focus. And so you might be hit in that regard. So again, strength coming through with a reminder that even through whatever astrological transit or energy we experience, there's still something to gain from that. But you might have to sort of go back over. There might be some deeper layered healing that's coming up to the surface to help support you. Yeah, so let's go ahead and pull additional 3 cards for the remainder of this month, and we're going to be covering those off in our extended reading Cancer. You can find the details for that in the comment and the description box underneath. And I'm also just going to invite you right now to think about a personal question that might not have come up in the main spread so far, and we'll go ahead and pull some cards to discuss that specifically for you. Remember, all the decks that I use are also listed below, yeah? Okay, let's have a look. So, 7 of Pentacles. What do we want to clarify with? Another King of Wands. I mean, you may well have a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries who's really specific in terms of the influence for this month. But we also like to embody that energy. And that's a really powerful statement for you, along with the Emperor. Okay, 6 of Pentacles bringing in Judgment. Might be an important money decision that you're waiting on. Devil. 4 of Pentacles. Okay, Knight of Cups and Queen of Pentacles coming through here. World. Remember, that Aries full moon is also going to be quite intense, a little bit rambunctious even in its energy, so there might be a bit of drama that's playing out around you. You do have the opportunity to disconnect, but there's quite a lot of confusion that seems to be reigning in as well at some moments. Okay, Hanged Man, 5 of Cups. We'll go in a little more detail about what we need to explore with that Strength card in your extended Cancer. Okay, just pulling for your reveals. With these asteroid goddess energies, Vesta shifting direct in Aquarius, Juno of course ruling partnerships and relationships, moving direct in fellow sign, water sign Pisces. Remember, you can find your details about how this affects you on your personal natal chart in my goddess reports, which you will find the details for listed below as well. So we're just going to pull you some oracle cards now. This is Life Soul Vision, my new deck, which is now out for general release. And you can find the details of all of the cards to get a full preview over on my website. Let's have a look at what question, what card even is coming through. Okay, beautiful. You've got heart energy, gratitude and growth. Okay, working beautifully with that Empress this month. And Kyle Gray, angelic prayer cards. Let's have a look and see what Kyle is bringing through for you. Archangel Metatron, clear your vibes. Beautiful. We talked about energetic attachments. Cancer, I'm going to leave it there. If you're joining me for the extended, I look forward to going into this reading a little bit more in depth with you. Otherwise, I wish you beautiful blessings for this month ahead. You take good care. Lots of love.